Hello, my name is Dr. Joe Muscolino, and it's my pleasure to bring you this navigational video for Anatomy Masterclasses. When you open up Anatomy Masterclass Curriculum website, AMC, you will find that there are 12 folders. The first 8 folders are the core curriculum of anatomy and physiology, and then the last 4 folders are applications of the anatomy and phys. Looking up top here, we have the 3 muscle folders: upper extremity, lower extremity, axial body. We have the same regional presentation for bones and joints: upper extremity, lower extremity, axial body. Going over first into the muscle anatomy portion, let's just open up the upper extremity folder, and we see that there are 4 subfolder modules. We have shoulder girdle, arm, forearm, and hand. And in each module, we have a number telling us the number of subfolders within that. There are 7 here, 13 here, 21, 12. Let's open up shoulder girdle module. We see that there's 1 folder of bonus lessons, and then we have 6 other folders, 1 folder for each muscle listed. Let's take a look at pec minor for our example, and this is typical throughout all of the regions modules for each muscle. We will have, most often, 5 lessons for each muscle. We have 3 lessons that are described as core lessons: an animated illustration, which is a brief, in this case 50-second video on the muscle attachments for pec minor. Then we have an actual cadaver video. This one's a little bit more than a minute. And then we have the muscle actions, the muscle functions demonstrated with a live model. This one's a bit more than 4 minutes. Those are the core lessons. We then have 2 elective lessons: palpation and stretch. A very thorough 11-minute palpation, very specific for pec minor, and a very specific stretch just for pec minor at about 6 minutes. Just to look at the animated illustration as exemplary for each of the videos, we could go ahead and play it. We have an anterior view of the right upper trunk region, and we are looking at the pectoralis minor muscle. For context, the coracobrachialis muscle has also been added into this. The sound there is coming from my computer speaker into the microphone here, so it would not be the same quality you would have when you're accessing the site. I'd like to point out that we can also go over here, and there are closed caption subtitles for English and all of these translation languages if you would like. And if you would like, you could come over here and you could watch the video and listen at a slower speed, so it's easier to absorb the content. And that is the same for all of our videos here, and that is the similar organization for most all of the muscles, as well as most all the muscles of the other modules and the other regions. Taking a look at bone and joint anatomy, going to upper extremity as our example, what we will see is the division is a bit different. There are animated illustrations and skeletal bones. The animated illustrations are similar to what we just viewed for the muscle anatomy portion. What I'd like to point out here is for each view, so we're looking at the scapula, there's an anterior view that is about 3 minutes, and then the same one is a quick review at a little more than a minute. The difference being that with the regular video animated illustration, I will talk about muscle attachments on that bone. In the quick review, I do not. And we can see it's similar: posterior view, quick review, lateral view, quick review, etc. And at the end of each video, there will be a quiz for you to help quiz yourself on what you've covered. Those are the animated illustrations, and then we have skeletal bone videos. And if I go to scapula again, you will see that we have a view for the scapula and a quick review for the scapula, in this case with the full skeleton, and then here disarticulated, the bone separated away from the full skeleton, full length and quick review. So those are 6 of our folders. That's musculoskeletal or myofascial-skeletal anatomy and phys. When we go to visceral anatomy, there will be 14 what I call essential visceral anatomy lecture presentations where I teach the actual presentation. Going to cardiovascular, for example, you will see me here, and it's about a 1-hour lecture, and you can skip forward if you want to different sections: systemic circulation, atria and ventricles, heart sounds, muscular pump, etc. And you can watch it, and I am actually teaching it. You can also click here, and you will have access to the actual PDF slides that are up on the screen here. You can place them next to your screen, or you can actually print them and download them. We then have musculoskeletal lectures, about 200 hours of me teaching kinesiology topics, from simple aspects like parts of the body, through fascia and bones, to functional groups of muscles, to roles of muscles, and even more advanced applications: posture, gait cycle, common distortion patterns, stretching, etc. And for each lecture, you can go in and you can view it. This one on fascia is a little bit under 5 hours in length. And again, you can jump forward to different sections. You can click for the accompanying PDF slides. We then have our applications. We have a pathology folder with videos and e-booklets. We have self-care and exercise that has body mechanics, self-care for clients, fitness training, Pilates, yoga. We have manual therapy skill sets with full manual therapy routines, stretching videos, posture videos, and full clinical orthopedic manual therapy workshops. And we have non-video content where we actually have my articles that have been published, 87 of them, and 29 chapters from 2 of my books. So this has been a brief navigational review of anatomy masterclasses. I hope you enjoy this content and learn a lot from it. Again, my name is Dr. Joe Muscolino, and thank you very much for allowing me to give you this brief navigation.